Good morning, students. In the previous lecture, we have discussed these first four questions, okay, of exercise 2.2. We have done all the four questions, and I gave these four questions for the practice and for the fair work. And I hope you all have done these questions. Then I have given this question number 5 for the homework, that you have to write down these wavelength in the scientific notation. Okay, I'm just giving you answers. You can match these answers. These are very simple. How you can write these wavelength in the scientific notation. Please just check your answer. First is green is 5.3 into 10 raised to power minus 7. Orange is 6.2 into 10 raised to power minus 7. Yellow is 5.8 into 10 raised to power minus 7. Red is 7 into 10 raised to power minus 7. Blue is 4.7 into 10 raised to power minus 7. Violet is 4.2 into 10 raised to power minus 7. These are the answers. You can match your answers with my answers. Okay, after expressing in the scientific notation, you have to arrange them in the increasing order. Next step is arrange all these wavelength in the increasing order. Okay, so here is the answer. You have to write down in this way. Okay, first of all, you have to make a table. This fifth question you have to note down in the fair notebook also. Okay, after doing this, you have to write down ascending order. Okay, write here colors. These are the colors. Okay, and then write here scientific notation. Okay, now I'm going to write in the ascending order. Okay, first of all, the smaller value is 4.2. Okay, which is violet. Okay, see here, multiply by 10 raised to the minus 7 is same in all the cases. Okay, so this will write as it is. Okay, now just you have to check this, that this value which is bigger, which is smaller. Okay, first of all 4.2, then 4.7, then 5.3, then 5.8, then 6.2, then 7. You know very well what is increasing order. Increasing order is smaller to bigger. Clear? So you can write here all the colors, name of colors, okay, and write here all the scientific notation in the increasing order. Clear? This is equation number 5, which I have given for the homework. Now, next question is question number 6. It is very simple. Express the following numbers in the scientific notation. Again, same thing like you have done here in the 5th question, like you have done in the previous questions also. Okay, you have to means 4 parts are there in the question. You have to write down all these numbers in the scientific notation. Okay, so first is 0.0000010. Okay, so scientific notation will be, you have to shift the decimal from here to this side, right side. Okay, after the first digit. So first digit is 1. Okay, after this first digit it will be 1.0. so 1.0 means before 0 how many numbers are left? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So 10 raised to the minus 7. Okay, this is your answer. It is very simple. Okay, now next is B part, 0.00666. so scientific notation will be, your decimal will be shift from here to here. I'm writing here, this will shift from here to after first digit. Okay, here also it will shift from here to right side after first digit. Okay, now it will be 6.66 into 10 raised to power minus 3. 6.66. Now before the second 6, how many numbers are left? 1 2 3. So multiply 10 raised to power minus 3. Clear? The next statement is this. Okay, so scientific notation will be, your decimal will shift from here to, it will shift from here to after 7. Okay, now before 2 or after 7, now check it out how many numbers are left. Before 2 it will be 7.2. so before 2 will be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. Multiply by 10 raised to the minus 12. Clear? Next is this statement. So decimal will shift from here to here. Okay, so it will be 2.47. 2.47. Okay, now after 47, after decimal, if you are having zeros in the statement, so there is no value of those zeros. Before decimal there is a value of 0, but after decimal there is no value of 0. Okay, so I am going to means delete all these zeros from the answer. Okay, so it will be only 2.47. Okay, now before 4 how many numbers are left? 1 2 3. So multiply by 10 raised to power -3. So this is your question number 3. Clear, all of you? Okay, now we are going to start question number 7. Seventh is the total land area of India is this much meter square, and that of Andhra Pradesh is this much meter square. What percentage of the total area is covered by Andhra Pradesh? First of all, I am writing here because these are the word problem questions. So write the question in the form of statement. So total land area of India is equal to this meter square, what is given in the statement. Total land area of Andhra Pradesh is equal to this meter square. This is also given in the statement. So you have to find out what percentage. So you have to write down, you have to write here percentage is equal to question mark, because you have to find out percentage. Now you are going to find out percentage. Okay, so this is your answer. Percentage is equal to, first of all, in the numerator what will come? Area of Andhra Pradesh will be there. Okay, divided by total area of India will be there. Okay, first of all area of Andhra Pradesh will come, and then denominator total area of India will come. Multiply by 100. Whenever you are going to take out the percentage, you have to multiply with the 100. Okay, total will come in the denominator, and whatever the city, place, anything is given to you, that will come in the numerator. Okay, when you are going to take out the percentage of your marks, there also you are doing this thing. No, suppose you are getting 576 marks out of 600. Okay, so 576 will come in the numerator and 600 will come in denominator, and then multiply by 100. This is the formula, okay, to take out the percentage. So area of Andhra Pradesh, it is given in the statement. Total area of India, it is also given in the statement. Multiply by 100. Okay, I am going to cancel these all zeros. Okay, because number of zeros are same. Okay, in both the case. Then you can divide this, and then multiply by 100. Answer will be 4.87%. Okay, now next question is question number 8. The thickness of a book. The thickness of a book is 10 inches. The book contains 250 identical sheets of paper. Find the thickness of each sheet. Okay, now this is the question number 8. Write in this way: thickness of a book is equal to 10 inches. Total number of sheets is equal to 250. Okay, so thickness of each sheet will be equal to 10 inches divided by number of sheets. Okay, how you can take out the thickness of each sheet? It's a thickness of book. Okay, so thickness of book will be here divided by total number of sheets will be there. Okay, after cancelling 1 upon 25 will be there. Okay, so 1 upon 25, it means 1.04 inches. Clear? This is your answer. Now, question number 9th. The total area of the Indian Ocean is this much kilometer square, and that of Bay of Bengal is equal to this much kilometer square. What part of the Indian Ocean is occupied by the Bay of Bengal? What part of the Indian Ocean is occupied by the Bay of Bengal? This means you have to take out the percentage. Okay, now again your statement will be like this. Total area of Indian Ocean will be this. Area of Bay of Bengal is equal to this. This is given in the statement. You have to find out the percentage. Okay, so percentage, it is equal to, this is the formula, area of Bay of Bengal upon total area of Indian Ocean multiplied by 100. So after writing the statements, number of zeros will be cancelled, multiply by 100. Now after dividing these things and this numerator and denominator, and after multiply with 100, your answer will be 2.95 percentage. So you can write in this way, therefore Bay of Bengal has covered 2.95 percentage of the area of Indian Ocean. Okay, now the next and the last question of this exercise is, the radius of the solar system is 287.46 billion kilometer and the radius of Milky Way disk is equal to 4.75 into 10 raised to 20 meters. What is the ratio of solar system? What is the ratio of solar system radius to the Milky Way radius? Okay, so you have to write down the statement in this way. First of all, write down radius of solar system is equal to, given, it is given in the statement, 287.46 billion kilometer. So I'm going to write 287.46 multiplied by billion. Billion means these many numbers of zero will come. Okay, how? Ones, tens, 100, 1000, 10,000, 100,000. Okay, million, 10 million, 100 million, billion. Clear? Multiply by kilometer. Kilometer means how many zeros will come? 1000. Okay, ones, tens, 100, 1000. 1000 will come. Okay, of this kilometer. Okay, why I have converted the kilometer into meter? Because the Milky Way is given in the meters. Okay, so you have to first of all convert, you have take out the number of zeros of billion and then number of zeros of the kilometer. Okay, so this will be as it is, multiply by, this is how many number of zeros are there? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, 10 raised to power 9 multiply by 10 raised to power 3 is equal to this, multiply by. Okay, now you have to apply a law here. Okay, which law you have to apply here? A raised to power m multiply by a raised to power n, that is equal to a raised to power m plus n. Okay, these power you have to add these power. Okay, because base is same. So 9 plus 3, 9 plus 3 is equal to 12. Clear? Clear now? So this is by the law. Now radius of Milky Way is given, already given. This is given in the statement only, 4.75 into 10 raised to 20 meters. 4.75 into 10 raised to 20 meters. Now you can check it out. Now both the values of radius of solar system and radius of Milky Way, both are now in meters. This is also in meters, this is also in meters now. Okay, now you have to take out the ratio. Okay, question is, what is the ratio? So ratio will be ratio of solar system to the Milky Way. Okay, ratio, you have to take out the ratio of the radius of solar system to the radius of Milky Way. Okay, so radius of solar system will be, it is equal to 287.46 into 10 raised to 12 upon 4.75 into 10 raised to power 20. Okay, now first of all I'm going to remove the decimals from numerator and denominator. If I'll remove this decimal, how many number of zeros will come in the denominator? 2 zeros. If I'll remove this decimal, how many number of zeros will go in the numerator? 2 zeros. Okay, you know very well, after removing decimals, how you can shift the zeros from here to here or here to here. Okay, now both 2 zeros will be cancelled from numerator and denominator. Okay, now what is left? 10 raised to 12 as it is upon 10 raised to 20 as it is into this value as it is. Now decimals are removed. Decimals are removed. Okay, now after cancelling this, your answer will be 60.5 multiply by, this is the law. Which law? This is the law here, a raised to power m upon a raised to power n. that is equal to a raised to power m minus n. Clear or not? This is a law here. Okay, so because base is same, so power will be subtracted. You have to subtract the powers. Okay, now 12 minus 20. 12 minus 20 is minus 8. Okay, now 60.5 multiplied 10 raised to power minus 8. Now if I have to write this up to here, also answer is correct, but I have to write in the scientific notation, because in this chapter we are always writing the values in the scientific notation or in the standard form. Okay, so this decimal will shift from here to here. You can you have to see one thing: whenever you are shifting decimal from here to right side, okay, your power will be minus. But when your decimal will shift from here to left side, your power will be added by 1. Clear? Okay, now minus 8 will be here. Okay, now I have shifted the decimal from here to here, because always in the scientific notation your decimal should be after the first digit. Okay, so now minus 8 was there. Okay, so I have to add 1 in that power. Okay, minus 8 plus 1 is equal to minus 7. So 6.05 into 10 raised to power minus 7, this is your answer. Clear? This is the last question of the exercise 2.2. Okay, now your exercise is completed. Okay, we have done first 4 questions in the previous lecture. 5th question I gave for the homework. I have dictated now all the answers of the 5th question, and question number 6 to 10, this we have covered today. Go for the written practice. Go for the written practice of all the question in the practice notebook or in the rough notebook, and then go for the fair work. So today's homework is you have to write all first 10 question in the fair notebook. If up to 5 you have written, it's very good. If you have written up to 5 question in the fair notebook, now go for the 6 to 10 question. Okay, so you have to note down up to 10 question in the fair notebook very neatly and very carefully. Use 2 pens always. Okay, blue and black, and go for the underlining. Your notebook work should be very neat and clean. From there only you have to prepare yourself for the exams. Okay, once your school will reopen, we'll check all these notebooks. Okay, and then you have to cover your syllabus from these notebooks. If you are having any query, any doubt in any question, please pause the video and repeat the video once again from there. Okay, until your doubt will not be clear. But still, if any major doubt will left in any concept, in any formula, okay, you can take that doubts in the doubt class. Okay, we'll inform you whenever we are having the next online doubt class. Okay, till that time, take care of yourself and your family members. Okay, bye bye.